Right. Shalom, shalom. This is Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge. Start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under the leadership of Commander Jimmy Hanna. Where we teach the so-called Black Latinos and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews according to the Bible, according to archaeology. So I'm preaching off some more Dagia, holding it down. Holding down the Monday history class / breakdown class. Of course, y'all got any questions, concerns. You understand? Just type them in and we'll be able to get to them accordingly. You understand? Man, you understand? It seemed like not too long ago it was just Passover. Now everybody preparing for another Passover, man. You understand? Let's make sure that we paying that Passover fee. Make sure you're getting your garments, so you're getting their dresses. You understand? Making your arrangements. You understand? You don't want to wait till last minute. You understand? Now, of course, you understand. Now we are in the time of the quote unquote holiday season. You understand? We didn't got past what was it, Halloween, and now we in the midst of quote unquote Thanksgiving. Supposed to be on this Thursday, and then right around the corner, like 3-4 weeks, is so-called Christ's birthday. You understand? And what we're here to do here in the ISPK under Commander Jenny Hanna is to truly educate Black Latinos and Native Indians of what they truly supposed to be doing as a Hebrew Israelite of the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? And these holidays are just so wrong and goes against what this Bible says, man. You understand? Ever since 1969, you understand, we've been reaching out to so-called Black Latinos and Native Indians and educating them to let them know that this is not what they're supposed to be doing. They're not supposed to be in that quote unquote holiday spirit. You understand? But of course, you understand the white man devices and the white man's wordplay and the white man brainwashing is truly winning over God's chosen people, man. You understand me? We're here to put a stop to that here in our HBK, man, because we've been deceived and lied to and brainwashed for far too long. It's been way too long that this has been happening to us, man. Time after time. You understand? Like I said before, if y'all got any questions, you understand, make sure y'all put them in the chat. We'll be able to get to those accordingly. You understand? Give me one moment here. And of course, we're gonna get straight into the scriptures, man. You understand? We don't speak with emotions or anything of that nature. We go straight into what the Bible says, man. Because this is what we lean on. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what the Most High has taught us to do. You understand? It is not just Thanksgiving. You understand? It's not just Christmas. It's all these pagan holidays all throughout the year. You understand? But white society, you understand, that holiday spirit is just so demonic. You understand, when it comes to when it comes to brainwashing God's chosen people, man. You understand? And we have to stop it, man. We have to stop it today. And of course, you understand, we're gonna get into a little history of it. Also, you understand, when it comes to um um truly serving the Most High, man. Because it's holidays in the Bible. You understand, high holy days that you're supposed to follow. You understand, high holy days, and you're supposed to observe the Sabbath. You understand, these are the things that we're supposed to be doing. You understand, but of course, once again, you understand, we've been brainwashed, man. As a whole, as a people, man. We truly have to stop, man. You understand, the time is getting very short, man. Very short. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a scripture first, then we're gonna go to like a couple articles, then we're gonna go back to the scriptures. Of course, like I said, if you got any questions, concerns, comments, Make sure you type them in, man. We'll be able to get to those accordingly. All right. First, we're gonna go to Second Maccabees, which is in the Apocrypha. You understand? We're gonna go to Second Maccabees, which is in the Apocrypha. We're gonna go to chapter 6. Yeah, chapter 6. Hmm. And if anybody hasn't, dived deep in this Apocrypha, man, you understand? I highly encourage, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, to read this Apocrypha, man. It's very not long. You understand? Just so you can get some true, just so you can get some truth for yourself, man. And in these books within this Apocrypha, man, it just pinpoint God's chosen people to be Black Latinos and Native Indians, man. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing exactly what's going on with the Hispanic community and the 10 tribe community, man. You know what I'm saying? And all that is within this Bible, man. You understand? We just have to truly um, stop allowing white society to keep us uphold of what's the truth. You understand? Because the truth is going to be a truth, and guess what? A lie is going to be a lie. You got to keep on lying and lying and lying and lying over and over again. But when that truth is a truth, that truth is standing firm. It's unshakable. It's unmovable. You understand? And this is the words of the Most High, man. It's unshakable and it's unmovable. Why? Because it's the truth. You understand? The truth is what? That Black Latinos and Native Indians are God's chosen people, yes. That Christ was a black man, yes. You understand? That's undeniable. You understand? All that is undeniable. Not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. That's the truth. That's in the Bible. You understand? The laws on brotherhood and sisterhood, all that is within the Bible. You understand? Rank and order and structure, all that is in the Bible. You understand? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, guess what? That's in the Bible as well, too. And it's the truth. You understand? When you look at a lie, it's like, man, the lie just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. You understand me? What? Hey, um, Christ died for everybody. You understand? Christ died for everybody. You understand? The animals, just everything. You understand? Everything that's an abomination in the Bible and what God is truly against, according to white society and Christianity. Guess what? It's the truth. It's 100% truth, man. And the time, man. Listen, the time of being lied to is over, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tell you exactly what this truth is according to the Bible, man. Give me one moment here. I want to just check on something real quick. All right. Everybody's still checking in. Shalom, shalom. Make sure y'all get y'all questions together if y'all have any. Wait a minute. Where we at here? Here we are. Make sure I keep these both up. All right, Most High Christ, man. So the first, what I say, Second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 1. Here we go. Second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, not long after the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not live after the laws of God. Man. You understand? That right there, man, should truly open up our eyes to make us realize what that is someone against us, man. And in this part of the Bible right here, it was the king of Athens. You understand? The king of Athens sent a particular man to do what? To compel the Jews. You understand? We read about the Jews in the Bible. Now we're reading it in the Apocrypha, which is, of course, is a part of the Bible. But guess what? The Roman Catholic Church removed it because it contains so much information that would pinpoint Black Latinos and Native Indians to the Jews, man. And look where we are right now. We're in 2025, and guess what? You understand? We are still getting compelled by who? By white society, man. To do what? To celebrate their holidays. Make sure you get that turkey. Make sure you get them chitlins. Make sure you get that ham. Make sure you do everything that is against the Most High, man. Make sure you do it. You understand? It's exactly like it was going on in these times. You understand? In the biblical days, hell, which we are still living in the biblical days. You understand? Because future prophecies are happening, and future prophecies will continue to happen. You understand? We're living it right now. Let's read that from the top, man. So all of this can be embedded all in all of our mindsets, man. One second here. All right. First, once again, second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, "Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not live after the laws of God." Verse 2, "And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call the temple of Juniper Olympius, and that in Garizim of Juniper, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwell in that place." You understand? Very easy for them to compel us. Verse 3, "The coming in of his mischief was sore and grievous to the people." Verse 4, "For the temple was filled with riot and revealing by the Gentiles who dealt with harlots, and to do and had to do had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. And besides, they brought in the things that were not lawful." You understand? I mean, man, like when I read this, I just in picture, like a school in the UPK. You understand? Like a school right here in South Carolina, man. You understand? Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with having drinks and having music or anything in that nature. You understand? But just imagine, you understand? You got harlots. You understand? You got men that are pimping out women. You got brothers and sisters smoking marijuana and doing all these different type of drugs in the house of the Lord. You understand? That right there is such an abominable thing, man. You understand? But guess what? Here outside of the school, you understand, outside of these walls, it's happening every single day, man. You understand? All you gotta do is go on social media, keep on scrolling up, man. Another black woman lost. Another black child lost. Another black woman um, was essayed. You understand? Little boys essayed. Little girls essayed. You understand? And it all stems, man, from that Roman Catholic Church, man. You understand? They are some sexual deviant people, man. You understand? I was reading an article a couple months ago, man. It said he was a doctor. You understand? And he said that he was molesting and essaying his clients all the way up, all the way down to a 2 month old baby. You understand? I mean, and that's just one of articles that I've read, man. All I gotta do is just type in your Google search, type in, ask Siri, ask Alexa, you understand, to look up these articles for you, and you will be amazed of what you're reading, man. But of course, you understand, we got to be, distracted with, the quote unquote holiday spirit, man. You understand? I hear they're supposed to be dropping that Epstein list or those Epstein files. You understand? The list already came out, if I'm not mistaken, but those files supposed to be getting released here shortly. You understand? You gotta realize, man, that as far as Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, what? That's none of our business, man. We should not be, of course, it's good to read it, to understand it, to do all these things for classes and all that. You know what I'm saying, and for your own history. You know what I'm saying, but when it comes to participating in those type of things, no way. You understand? Not at all, man. Why? Because the Most High said that you should not be doing those abominable things, man. Should not be doing it. Let's keep on reading though. Um, where was I at? Verse 5. The altar also was filled with profane things, which which the law forbid. You understand? You go in houses these days with Black Latinos and Native Indians. You understand? You see, Buddha sculptures. You understand? You got the chakras in the kundalinis. You know, so you got all these abominable things that should not be within your household, man. Within what should not be within your temple, man. You understand? Now, if you got it in the book, you know what I'm saying, and you just reading up on it for history, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure that's the why. You know what I'm saying? But to have it up like a statue, or have it up like it's something that you're idolizing, I don't know about that one. You understand? Have them shield the Davids up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Have some pictures from the Passover. Have a picture from the cookouts. You understand? Have pictures of your family up, man. You understand? The menorah. You understand? The Torah, the Bible. You understand? All these different type of study books that are within that actually go within the Bible. You can find a list on the website, man. It's time for Black Latinos and Native Indians to truly, truly come out of the culture that is not us, man. It's truly not us. And then we'll be able to realize that, man, oh man, I'm supposed to be celebrating the Feast of Dedication, Purim, Hanukkah, all these things, man. But it's truly up to Black Latinos and Native Indians as a whole, man. It's gonna take all of us to come together, man. It's gonna take all of us to be able to abide by these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. It truly is. Because guess what? We all we got, man. We're truly all we got. I'm gonna read that again, man. Once again, when in the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6 and where was that? Verse 5, it says, the altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbid. You understand? And the law, you understand? And remember, we in the Apocrypha, and they talking about the law of the Most High that was written where? In the Old Testament. Man. That's how you know that this book, that this Apocrypha just fits right in with this Bible, man. It's supposed to be right there where, right after the Old Testament and right before the New Testament, man. I suppose. You understand? This is what we have to do, man. We have to wake up, God shows the people. We have to wake up, man, and get out that slump, man. Time for us to, dust off that, all that abomination. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the abomination is, man. You understand? Shake it off, man, and get back to serving your God. You understand? We out here serving animals. We out here serving ourselves. We out here serving our kids. We out here doing all these abominable things. But when it comes to the Most High, it's on the back burner. I'm gonna do that next week. Or I'm gonna check in the class next week. I'm gonna check in class next week. Or I'm gonna drive down to class next week. No, man. It's time for us to do this right now. It's time for us to lean on one another, man. Lean on that brotherhood. Lean on that sisterhood. Why? So once again, we are a nation that is truly not desired. And we're seeing it every single day, man. Look at ICE, man. We spoke about that briefly earlier, man. Look what ICE is doing right now. And hell, they're right here in Greenville, South Carolina, man. Right here in Greenville, South Carolina. You understand? They were in Fayetteville, Charlotte, and now they're maneuvering right here to Greenville, South Carolina, man. Listen, man. If y'all don't see that the time is ticking, man, good night, man. Look what happened down there in Jamaica, man. You understand me? The Most High shook Jamaica, man. You understand? With all their corrupt governments and all those abominable things that they're doing down there, don't take that lightly, Jamaica. You understand? Do not take that lightly, man. But let's believe, man, the Most High was a part of that. You understand? For the good or bad. You understand? But at the end, you understand, he's trying to wake up the so-called tribe of Benjamin, man, to not play around with this Bible, man. Don't play around with it. You understand? Hell, shit. He already then shook the whole earth with that COVID. You know what I'm saying? Which the doctors and the physicians are saying COVID is has not left. It's still around. People are still being unalived over COVID. People are still getting sick for COVID. People are still getting diagnosed with COVID. You understand? You gotta realize, man, we gotta look at these. We gotta look at the true signs of the kingdom of heaven, man. And stop looking up in the sky, man. You understand? Those are the signs that we need to be looking at, man. It's right in front of our faces, man. I gotta start from verse 1 again, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of nuggets in these verses right here, man. It's a whole lot, man. And we gotta have this all throughout our mindsets, man. All throughout everything, all throughout all the way through all the way through how we walk through life, man. These words, man, the most high words have to be embedded in us, man. Every single day, man. Every single day. Once again, First Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the law of their fathers and to live and not to live after the laws of God. Come on now, Black Latinos and Native Indians, it's like a knock on the door, man. Like, hey, if you're not seeing this, then hey, then what's truly going on? You understand? We have been compelled as a people, and we're continuing to be compelled. How do we know this? Are we still celebrating Christmas? Are we still celebrating Thanksgiving? Are we still celebrating our birthdays for the July? And you know, don't we still accept the LGBTQ plus community? Don't we celebrate that alternative lifestyle? It's like we accept it as a whole, man. Are we still in that stinking, disgusting, filthy church? All I gotta do is go on social media and look up how disgusting and corrupt the Christian church is. You understand? I was looking at a video this right in front of the church. You understand me? Since it's quote unquote Thanksgiving now, this had to be this past Sunday. You understand? They had them line up and be and tell everybody, tell the congregation what you're thankful of. You understand? And one girl, man, one little man, she couldn't have been more than 12 years old, man. You understand? It was very, very hard for her to speak, man. But when she finally spoke, she said, I'm thankful for my stepmother because she listened more than my mom. You understand? I just pray, man. I pray every day, man. You understand that brothers and sisters like that they truly find the truth, man. You understand? And brothers and sisters that are, they have the right zeal that are in these, quote unquote fake Israelite groups, well, the fake Israelite groups, in the quote unquote conscious community, the ones that have that zeal but just not to understanding, that one day, man, that they just walk past us speaking, man, on those streets, or they walk past the class and they just happen to just come into class and sit down and listen, man, and learn just like we learned, so they can get away from that nasty lifestyle, man. Everything about Christianity is nasty, man. Everything about fake Israelite groups is nasty. Everything about the conscious community is just nasty. You understand? And there's no truth in it, man. It's all lies, and they continue to lie to you all the time. Every single day, they continue to lie to you, man. These different religions and these different type of lifestyles. You understand? Man, it's truly time for us, man. To truly come out of her, man. Come out of that lifestyle, man. Come out of that lifestyle of America. Come out of that lifestyle of Canada and Brazil and Jamaica, and the tribe of Asher. You understand, down there in South America and Brazil. It's time for us to come out of that lifestyle, man. And over there in Cuba and Haiti, you understand me, the DR. It's time for all trail tribes to wake up, man. To come back to our true origin, man. Our true origin of being a true Hebrew Israelite, man. Not no black Hebrew Israelites. We are Hebrew Israelites, man. Hebrew is what we speak, and Israelite is our nationality, man. You understand? We gotta stop being compelled, man. Once again, I'm gonna read. I might read this a couple times, man, because it's so heavy, man, and it needs to be heard for God's chosen people, man. Once again, Second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of God, and to pollute the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Juniper Olympius, and that is of Garcium, so like a Goricium, of of Jupiter, the defender of the strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in their place. The coming, the coming in this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riots and reveling by the Gentiles who delighted with harlots and had to do with the women within the circuit of the holy places. And besides that brought in the things that were not lawful. Verse 5. The altar was the altar also was filled with the profane things which the laws forbid. Verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Let's read that again. This is verse 6. Once again, we're in book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither the less was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Ain't that something? You understand? Ain't that something? It was unlaw. It was, listen. It got so bad, man, that they didn't even want you to profess that you were a Jew. You understand? They didn't want you to do that. It's almost in a sense that that's how it is today, but it's more so pushed with the brainwashing. You understand? It's almost like they're forcing us. What's that in what's that Psalm in the book of Psalms when they're talking about that they are confederate against us? You understand? They are truly, truly confederate against us, man. And what's that other scripture in Lamentations? You understand? You gotta realize, man, that all they do is truly, truly hunt our steps and steer us away from the Most High, man. Steer us away from these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. This is this is what they do. Hmm. Verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of their sacrifices, and when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. You understand? This is what that king had them doing, man. You understand? So let's, hey, man, don't worry about our days, man. Don't worry about us. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up that feast. I don't believe that was a feast for us. Give me one moment here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Hmm. Yeah. So it seemed like this feast was some type of Greek feast where they drank a lot of wine. You understand? Yeah. So something that they forced us to do, man. You understand? Almost like today. It's almost like you know what I'm saying within the mindset of white society. It's almost like we're getting forced to celebrate these holidays, man. Celebrate and observe them and do all these abominable things, man. We gotta truly wake up as a people, man. We gotta truly come out of this, man. We have to, man. I'm gonna go to Book of Lamentations. One moment. One moment. I said once again, y'all got any questions? You understand? Make sure y'all type them in. I'm tripping. I think I'm tripping. One moment here. It's coming up. Bear with me, y'all. Oh, right before Ezekiel. It's Lamentations. Up. Where we at? Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 9. All right. You understand? This is going right within the class. You understand? This is Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 9. Her gates are sunk into the ground and have destroyed and broken her bars. Her king and her princes are among the Gentiles. The laws is no more. Her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. You understand? Black Latinos and Native Indians, you understand? This is talking about us, man. You understand? Especially when it's talking about the law is no more. You understand? And all the ones, you understand, that were, quote unquote, that were in the eyes should became and left. You understand? It's talking about you as well, too, man. We stirred so far away from what the Most High truly wants us to do and truly what he wants us to seek, that we would not seek the Most High, but we will go after our own lust and try to come up with a new version of the Bible or a new version of being a Hebrew Israelite. Look at the Bible, man. Look at the Bible within itself. How many different type of translations are there of the Bible? That's a question. I want brothers and sisters that are attending the class to answer that. How many different type of versions or translations? No, not translations. How many different what the like the new KJV, the NLV. How many different versions of the Bible do they have today? When we're strictly supposed to be following what the 1611 King James version. You understand, or the KJV. You understand, which is the same exact thing. That's what we're supposed to be following after, man. We're not supposed to be following after nothing else whatsoever, man. You understand? But we are, man. But we are, man. Why? Because we came against the Most High, man. Truly came against the Most High, man. And the Most High is truly warning us within what? Within His Word, man. He's warning us day in and day out, man. Showing us the signs of heaven, man. Right in front of our faces, man. But guess what? So like we're too blind to see it. Why? Because of these holidays, man. You understand? Because I gotta go get it. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You understand? This is what's happening, man. One second here. Hopefully, I didn't even do like a little mic check or nothing like that. I'm pretty sure if I can, gotta make sure, man. We gotta stand firm in everything that we do, man. Everything. Gotta make sure. Time is now, man. Time is now. Let's see here. Let me get another scripture. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10. Um, yeah, we're gonna start at Jeremiah 10 and 1. You understand? We're gonna go back to the Apocrypha. You understand? Let me make sure I got these articles ready. Um, 1 second here. One second, hang on. This is what I want right here. One moment. All right, let's see here. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaking unto you, O house of Israel. You understand? Now we don't have to, go into Israel, you understand, of who that is. You understand? But of course we know that that's God's chosen people. You understand? Black, Latinos, and Native Indians. You understand? Only. You understand? This Bible is very, very possessive and very, very specific, man, of who the Most High is for and who Christ died for, man. Very specific. Shalayan. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed by them. Meaning what, man? You go on social media, you know what I'm saying? You see all these UAPs, UFOs, sightings, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, all of them are fake. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe, you know what I'm saying, like some of those UAP sightings that they seen are actual real. You understand? But the Most High is telling you, man, don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. You know why? Because we still got work to do, man. We still got to wake up our brothers and sisters, man. Our brothers and sisters should not be looking up in the sky and waiting for the Most High, man. You can see him right in front of your face, man. You understand? Get on your phone, you understand, and see how he is truly, truly putting this place on a pause and putting this place as all. You understand? You ever read an article and be like, oh man, that's impossible to happen. But then you realize that, man, you know what? The Most High is truly in control, man. And keep on reading, like, oh man, good grief, all that happened. You gotta realize, man, of who you serve, man. Talking about Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, and then you gotta realize that, man, God is a terrible power, man. He has power that is outside of our minds, man. You understand that? And that is outside of our thought process. You gotta realize who we truly serve, man. Not be dismayed by these heathens, man. You understand? And speaking of all heathens, man, you understand? Everybody that is outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, guess what? Is a heathen, man. It is not a God shows the people, man. You understand? You got an issue with that, man. Take that up with the Most High Himself, man. Take it up with Him. But we gotta stand strong in this, man. We gotta stand strong in this true Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child. We gotta stand firm in this, man. We gotta believe in this, man. We gotta believe in what we're reading and believe it to the point where where we're seeing the change. You know what I'm saying? Where you're changing, I'm changing, everybody's changing for the sake of the Most High and for the sake for God shows the people, man. Like I said before, man, we don't have a lot of time, man. That time is ticking, man. That time is ticking, man. The earth, the lease is about to be up. You understand? A new place is about to come, man. This is what we should be thriving for, man. We should be thriving for perfection every single day. Every day. Let's read it again from the top. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. You understand? Verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with an axe. You understand? Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was like the beginning of this month. You understand? Is when they start, bringing out those Christmas trees, man. You understand? You got them all throughout the cities, all throughout the states, all throughout the earth, man. You understand? Where they, getting those Christmas trees together, man. People them having them on, top of their cars and in the back of their trucks. You understand? And if you were, less fortunate, you understand, you wasn't able to get an actual tree. You understand? You get one of them big old box trees, man. One of them artificial trees. I realize, man, that this is not for us, man. It's truly not for us, black man, Hispanic, American, Native Indian, man. You understand? And a lot of them right now, you understand, they already have them up. They already got them trees up. We're about to read it right here in the Bible, man. Verse 4, they deck it with silver and with gold, and fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. You know what I'm saying? We got to realize that this is in the Bible, man, the Old Testament, man. Some prophet Jeremiah was warning us of this years and years ago. You understand? And we as a people, we're still doing it. Why? Because we're dismayed by the signs of heaven, man. We're brainwashed by white society as a people, man. We love white society so much, even though we may say that we disagree with white society and we don't really mess with them like that. But guess what? Still celebrate Christmas, still celebrate Thanksgiving, still celebrate your birthday, still doing all those abominable things that the Most High is telling us not to do as a people. So guess what? You absolutely love the heathen as a people, man. We absolutely love them. As a whole, we have to stop it, man. We truly have to stop it. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it may move not, that it move not. Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it is it in them to do good. I realize, man, that the heathen does nothing want to do to us but to harm us, man. You understand? It may be something very, very simple. And like in today's society, it's like, oh man, like I do it for the kids, spend time with the family. So we got all these other days and all these other months, all throughout the whole year, to spend time with our family, man. To spend time with our family. But why do we have to do it? And why do we have to, pick out these different type of meals? And we gotta get the turkey, gotta get the ham, gotta get the cornbread dressing, the cranberry sauce, and the stuffing, the mac and cheese, and the collard greens and the cabbage. You understand? Why do we gotta do it when the world is telling us to do it, man? When we got all these high holy days that are in the Bible, when we can bring those type of foods, if that's the food that you like. You understand? Why not do it then? You understand? Why not do it then? I like turkey. You understand? I like roasts. You understand? I like mac and cheese. I like sweet potato pie, pecan pie. I like all those things, man. best believe, guess what, man? On that was it this coming up Thursday and next month for Christmas and then hell we got New Year's. I won't be eating none of that. Best believe that. You understand? Best believe that. If anybody haven't read the book, The Two Babylons, you understand, it goes into a nice history, so we may not be able to get into this class, but maybe like around so-called Christmas, I'll bring that book in and we'll be able to go over that book, man. The Two Babylons, man, they talk about how, these pagan holidays are pagan holidays, pretty much. You understand? It has nothing to do with the Most High. Verbatim. You understand? Let's read from the top again. Once again, when the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1, it says, Hear ye the word which the Lord speaking unto you, O house of Israel, specific. You understand? Verse 2, Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, and fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. You understand? Sounds exactly like a Christmas tree, man. And it is a Christmas tree. Once again, man, we've been warning God's chosen people, man, for a very, very, very long time, man. Very, very long time, man. You gotta realize, man, that we, Most High, man, it's up to Him. Truly, truly up to Him, and has always been up to Him, man. You know what I'm saying? He can truly, truly put this place on pause again. You know what I'm saying? To wake up His people, as He has been doing. I realize, man, this is a true thing right here, man, that we dealing with, man. You understand? One second, man. Make sure I'm good. Right, my God. Like that. Something like my speed before. Okay, yeah. All right. We're gonna go to Hosea chapter 8 and verse. Let's see if I want to read verse 1. Let's start at verse 1 for context. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna start at verse 1. Hosea chapter 8 and verse 1. This is the book of Hosea chapter 8 verse 1. It says, Set the trumpet to thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the houses of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law. You understand? Israel shall cry unto me, my God, we know thee. Verse 3, Israel have cast off the thing that is good, the enemy shall pursue him. You understand? I realize, man, that the Most High is truly, truly not playing with us, man. We gotta take this thing just a little bit more serious. Verse 4, they have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Of the silver and of their gold have they made them idols, that they may be cut off. You understand? We gotta realize, man, that all these, saying, like it goes into those goes into those different type of necklace pendants and all these different type of chains and all the as we were talking about before, the chakras and the kundalinis, and we just went far away from the Most High law, statutes, and commandments. You understand that we start serving other type of gods, man. You understand, which we are doing in today's society. We're serving all these different type of gods, man, day in and day out, every single day, man. Some other god is being created to the point where you know what they believe that there is no God, that their selves is a god. You understand? Realize, man, that we got to get it. We have to get out of that mindset as a people, man. We truly have to, man. um, was that? I'm gonna drop down to verse 6. For from Israel was it also the workman made it. Therefore, it is not God, but the calf of Samaria shall be broken in pieces. For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind, and have no stalk. The bud shall yield no meal. If so it be yield, the stranger shall swallow it up. Verse 8. It's key right here. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. You understand? And that's our current state right now, man, as a people, as a whole, man. Israel, you understand? We are in a place where is no pleasure. You understand? The Most High is truly, truly not in it, man, when we're doing everything that is against Him. You understand? And it's just not with the holidays, man. It's with our lifestyle, man. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Having those shrimp boils. You understand? Eating pork chops, eating those ribs, eating the ham. You understand? Oh man, shoot, I forgot about that. You understand? With the so-called quote unquote the Thanksgiving, got that ham. You understand that ham with the pineapple and the lemon and all that crap, man. It's not what the Most High told you to do, man. It's time for us as a whole to be more obedient to what the Most High wants us to do, man, and what He's telling us to do every single day, man. You understand me? This Bible does not get old, man. This Bible does not get old. One moment here. The Bible does not get old. Never have, never has, and never will, man. You understand? Now we about to drop this and see. About to read a little article, man. Here, man. This is so. It's a harsh reality, man. True harsh reality. Um, let's see. This is the injuryfacts.ncs.org. It says holiday traffic fatality estimate. You know what I'm saying? So this is going over, everybody that's that's rushing, trying to get, trying to get on the airplane, getting in the car, trying to, swerve around traffic, trying to, get to the family so they can, give, so they can say what they're thankful for, for a quote unquote year or, or whatever the case may be. This is an estimate. It says Thanksgiving Day goes into brief data details. It says Thanksgiving Day holiday period estimate for 2025. The National Safety Council estimates that 439 people may be unalive on U.S. roads this Thanksgiving holiday period. You understand? The estimate of 439 people. And that's just on the U.S. roads. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get in that household, and when that liquor start, kicking in, and someone bring up that they were essayed as a child. You understand? Or somebody don't come. You understand? To the family gathering. This is just on the roads. This is the National Safety Council estimate that 439 people may be unalive on the U.S. roads, and this is just in the U.S. this Thanksgiving holiday period. Now, this is a decrease of 12% from the 502 unalive estimated for the 2024 Thanksgiving holiday. You understand? Consistent with current motor vehicle fatal trends. Holidays are traditionally a time to travel for families across the U.S. Many choose car travel, which is the highest fatality rate of any major form of motorized transportation based on fatalities per passenger mile. Come on now. Like I said about this alcohol, we're gonna get into it. You understand? Holidays are also often cause for celebration involving what? Alcohol consumptions, a major contributing factor in motor vehicle crashes. Thanksgiving is observed on the fourth Thursday in November. The holiday is always a 4.25 day four. What did I say? 4.25 day weekend consisting of Wednesday evening, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Talking about the what is it? The Thanksgiving weekend. Like where the kids be. I know like a lot of kids within school, they their last day would be what Tuesday, and then they get what that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You understand? Or like some of them they may go in for like a half a day, or like a quarter of a day on that Wednesday morning, which is so called what is it Thanksgiving Thanksgiving Eve. Um, It says the National Safety Council estimate there is an uncertainty associated with any estimate that the 90% confidence interval for the estimate on traffic deaths this holiday is 385 to 495. The chart shows NCS, the National Safety Council, Thanksgiving Day holiday fatality estimate are confidence intervals compared to the actual numbers of unalive. You understand? And it goes into the sources. Of course, they do these. They do the researches over years, over years, over years, man. You understand? And if you're in the truth, man, you understand? Seek that wise counsel. You understand? Talk to your camp leader if you got to be on those roads, man. You understand? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of these people that are being unaliving are just bystanders that are just driving regularly and not under the influence. You understand? This is a very very key thing, man. To that we should be taking serious. You understand? And let's not think about the ones that are driving on the road that are angry that they can't be with their family. You understand? It's a lot of things to take into account, man. Um, 1 second here. All right. So let's get back to these scriptures, man. So we're gonna go into another article here shortly. Make sure we don't got any questions or anything. A moment, everybody. Moment. All right. The brothers and sisters shaking in, most high in Christ. Moment. Right. High Christ. Um, we're gonna go to the book of Proverbs. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Yeah, we're gonna get into some of the New Testament as well too here shortly. You understand? But we gotta get that origin. You understand me of you know, what the New Testament is saying, and when they're quoting the Old Testament law, statutes, and commandments, man, and what we're not supposed to be doing and what we're actually supposed to be doing. Proverbs 28. Yeah, Proverbs 28, 23. Let's see. Let's see here. I want to go up. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's we're gonna start at verse yeah, we start at verse 23. We're gonna read all the way down. All right. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 23. He that rebuketh a man afterwards shall find no more favor than he that flattereth with the tongue. Verse 24. Whoso robbeth his father or his mother and said, it is no transgression, is the same as the companion of a destroyer. Verse 25. He that is a proud, it's like he that is of a proud heart stirred up strife, but he that pureth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. You know what I'm saying? It's not talking about, beast or anything like that. It's just talking about being filled with the truth, man. You understand? We gotta realize, man, that that the things that we say to people in our actions and our in our words, you understand me? We gotta be very, very careful of how we speak to people, man. You know what I'm saying? You should be, as far as Black Latinos and Native Indians, we should be speaking life into these brothers and sisters, man. You understand? But we should be supporting our brothers and sisters, man. Supporting our, Black brothers and sisters, man. Supporting our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Supporting our Native Indian brothers and sisters, man. You know why? Because we're whole, man. You understand? You scroll on, social media. You know what I'm saying? You see so many fights of, sisters fighting. You know what I'm saying? Brothers fighting. You know what I'm saying? Those, Hispanic brothers fighting, man. You understand? We just see it time after time, man. And when in all in actuality, you know what I'm saying, we should be, having a drink with one another, man. You know what I'm saying? Catching up on old good times, man. Seeing how the family is doing, man. But guess what? Once again, white society has brainwashed us to be what? To can be combative against one another, man. To hate one another, to unalive one another. You understand? It takes a lot of hate and a lot of strife, man, to unalive your brothers and sisters, man. Talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, man. It takes a lot of anger, man. And that anger should not be within us, man. It should be all of our mindsets and everything that's within our heart, man. It should be straight compassion towards our brothers and sisters, man. You know why? Because guess what? They're going through the same thing that you're going through, man. Whether they're rich, whether they're poor, middle class, whatever the case may be, man. Guess what? They have still some type of hurt that's going on within their mindset, man, within their life, to say much, man. You understand? We gotta realize, man, that we gotta overturn that anger, overturn it with love, man. Overturn it with with understanding and compassion for one another, man. We can start by doing that by separating from white society, man, and not envying our oppressor, man. We want to be like white society so much. We love white society so much. We want to be, we want to, which is nothing wrong with, being in that Fortune 500 company. And so we want to have that suit, that tie, the bald face. You understand? The low cut hair, the fresh lineup. You understand? There's nothing wrong with being fresh, man. But realize, man, that, you're not supposed to be getting them shape ups, man. You're not supposed to be getting them lineups, man. You understand? Your beard has a natural line, man. Now, if your beard is, like very, very bushy, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing trimming it down. You know what I'm saying? You wanna, like get all the, all the hair out your face. There's nothing wrong with going with that natural line that that's your facial hair already has, just to get it up out of your out of your face and out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like for the mustache. But getting it all lined up, crispy, you understand all that, man. That's not what the Lord wants you to do, man. You understand me? Grow that beard out, man. You understand? Sister, rock those afros, man. You understand? Rock those afros, sisters, man. You understand? Sisters are getting damn for wearing those afros, man. You understand? Bring the afro up in here and I should became. Best believe you're gonna find a priest that absolutely love that afro, man. And love that natural hair, man. You understand? And love all the, all the mixtures and all the, items that you put within that natural hair, man. We're gonna love it, man. And more importantly, guess what? We're gonna support it. You understand? That's a whole nother topic, man. You understand? But guess what? It's going all within the class, man. You know, so we have to love one another, man, with that true love, man. Not that Christian love, not that quote unquote woke love. You understand me? Not the alternative lifestyle love. We don't want to give off that type of love, man. You know what I'm saying? Because then that's when you allow all these other, all these different type of entities come in, man. You're allowing white society, you're allowing this, you're allowing that. Oh, you know what? It's okay to do this now. It's okay to do that. I hold this truth, man. I stand firm on it, man. Truly gotta stand firm on it, man. Truly gotta stand firm on it, man. You understand? And like just like to just give some broad examples. You understand? When you look at Black Lives Matter, it was supposed to be all about black people, all about black unity. You understand? But then we start connecting the dots. Then we realize that man, like, these are for these were founded by all women. You understand? Well, actually founded by a so-called white society, and then it was ran by black women. You understand? And just supposedly, just out of curiosity, all of them have to be a part of the alternative lifestyle. You understand? And then now what happens? You understand? The Black Matter, the Black Lives Matter flag turns into what? A split between a Black Lives Matter flag and an alternative lifestyle flag. You understand? So then, of course, the alternative lifestyle, they say, hey, our lives matter as well too. You know what I'm saying? And then what? You bring it in white society. You understand? And then we're bringing in all these different type of nationalities. When originally, what? It was only supposed to be for black people. Hey, same with this Bible, man. You understand? Christianity. Christianity allows everybody. Everybody can be saved, man. Not within this truth, man. That's not what the Bible actually says. You understand? The Bible truly, truly has been tampered with, but guess what? The truth in this Bible still remains the same. That's when you get all these different type of what they call them in that church, denominations. You understand? Get that crap, man. It's only one truth, man, and that's his Bible, man. The Bible that says nothing about anything about being a stand up Christian in the in the eyes of today's Christian philosophy, man. Also, it talks about us being strong and austere, man, and men lying with women, and women lying with men, with one man. You understand? And children obeying their parents. You understand? And adults respecting their elders, man. I realize, man, that this Bible is surrounded. It talks about brotherhood and sisterhood all throughout it, man. Because that's how the kingdom is built, man. It's built on brotherhood and sisterhood, man. About truly, truly coming together, man, and doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Man. It's all throughout the Bible, man. It's all in the Bible. You understand? Where was I at? Um, Read verse 24 again. Whosoever robbeth his father or mother has said it is no transgression, the same is the companion of the destroyer. Verse 25. He that is he that is of a proud heart striveth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. Verse 26, real heavy. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whosoever walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. You understand? And these are the times that we're living in now, man. We're seeing a lot of foolery, man, across the whole earth when it comes to Israel, man, when it comes to God's chosen people, when it comes to Black, Latinos, and Native Indians. We're seeing a lot of foolery. Why? Because we're trusting in ourselves, man, and not putting our trust in this Bible, not putting our trust in the Most High. Hell, and not even respecting the Most High, man. Christians, they disrespect the Most High every single day, man. Every single day they disrespect the Most High, man. But we in this truth and eyes for Catholic Commander Juliana, man, we're striving to be the best version that he wants us to be, man. Striving for that perfection every single day. You understand? We're getting rid of those bad habits that we once had, man. Getting rid of that old person that once lived within us, man, and becoming brand new, man. Yahweh Shah, man, to the Most High, man, to Yahweh Shah, man, to Commander General, man, the generals, the captains, the officers, man, the troopers, young men, and the sisters, man, and the children, man. We got to keep thriving, man, for that perfection every single day. We got to keep thriving to do what, man? To help one another out, man. To dwell in brotherhood. You understand? These are the things that we must do, man. Must do. Verse 27, he that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many should have many a curse. Meaning what, man? You understand? See a poor man, you know, especially if they Black, Latino, Native Indian, man. Don't you know something like don't turn your head to it, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple extra dollars, man, or shit, even if you got a couple of dollars, man, go in there and buy that brother a drink, man. You understand? Go in there and buy that, you know, go in there and buy that sister some Pampers for her child, man. You understand? We got diapers and Pampers all throughout the UPK, man. You got food drives all throughout the UPK, man. You understand? You got barrels on barrels, man. You know what I'm saying? Going to Haiti. You understand me? Going to Jamaica, going to um all these islands, man. Why? Because we care about God's chosen people, man. We care about their conditions, man. You know what I'm saying? Their conditions may not have been, you know, like the best, you understand? But guess what? We're gonna do our best to make to do what? To make it better. You understand? Within all of our ability, man, to make it better, man. You understand? Spending our last dime, man. Spending our giving our last shoe out, our last pair of shoes out, man. Our last pair of clothes. You understand? Gotta make sure, man, that we are doing this, man, every single day, man, and every single night, man. We gotta bathe within this truth, man. That's how much we gotta want it, man. We gotta bathe in this truth, man. Just like you wake up and brush your teeth every day, just like you wake up, wash your face off, get in the shower, get in the tub, man. You know, like getting fresh, getting on your clothes. That's how we gotta be with the Most High, man. You understand? That's how we gotta be with the Most High, man. We gotta, you know, like we just gotta just truly, truly give a damn about Him, man. Because guess what? He gave a damn about us, man. Verse 28, when the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase, man. You understand? This this right here is so heavy, man, because you know, like we gotta look at it as um it's just like in a sense of um It's like in the sense of, when, I say somebody famous, like just say for instance that, you know, um, somebody that's a, like a sports athlete that's an idol to like, like to young ones. And they see him, like they see him like, oh man, like dang, that's him. He's not gonna recognize me. So let me just go hide myself now. You understand? But if they were to, perish or, be unalive, it's like, oh man, like that was a good dude, man. That was man, like he was such a good dude, man. He was such a good girl. You understand? Or, like she was just a, like she was such a good girl. So like, you understand? And, in retrospect, like why not just go up and talk to him, like we have that chance. And I'm not talking about anybody famous, of course, like they got bodyguards, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Talking about your brothers and sisters, man. Because you know why? Because they're the famous ones. They're the real ones. You understand? Why not, like just spark up a conversation. You know what I'm saying? With your people, man. And speak life within them, man. Tell them that they are great. Tell them that they're a Hebrew Israelite, man. You understand? Tell them to, like tell them to come to class, man. And then the priests and prophets, you know what I'm saying, will be able to discern their spirit, you understand? And if they are a true Hebrew Israelite, man. You gotta be motivated, man, to truly give a damn about God's chosen people, man. We have to, man. The time is truly ticking, man. One moment here. One second here. One moment here. One moment. I'm gonna try to go to another article. Yeah, we're gonna get back to the scripture and we'll get ready to close the class, man. So brothers and sisters can get to Black Watch. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tune into that. Make sure y'all tune into all the classes. We got classes shoot almost every single day, man. You know what I'm saying? Monday scripture breakdown class, the history class, Tuesday the brotherhood class, Wednesday is the law class, Thursday is the scripture breakdown class with Jeremiah Hyman, Friday is the Lashawan Kadash, Saturday of course the Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? And some brothers, they even teach class on Sundays now, man. You understand? Got no excuse, man. And make sure that we are sharing these classes as well too, man. You never know who's on your Facebook, friends list that may be in a town where you're not, and they may see the class. Like, oh man, like that's around the corner from where I'm staying. Let me just go ahead and tune in. And so let me just go ahead and walk around there. You understand? You never know. Let's share these classes. Let's continue to share these classes, man. Um, let's see here. All right. All right. So this is blackillustrations.com. It says the Black Thanksgiving. It is common belief that Black people don't celebrate Thanksgiving. However, that couldn't be further from the truth. Most people just don't know the true history behind why we have this holiday and what it means to the Black communities. Experts say that the first documented celebration of the Harvest Festival dates back in the early 1500s when European explorers and settlers first arrived on American soil. The first Thanksgiving took place in 1978 as a result of this new dynamic between Europeans and the Native Americans. Many historians believe that this was an attempted by President George Washington to mend relationships with Native Americans after their violent clashes in the past years. Then they pose a question. What does Thanksgiving mean for Black Americans? You understand? Let's see. Let me see. Mm, All right, so yeah, I'm gonna read this as well too. It says, what does Thanksgiving mean for Black Americans? The first thing to understand is the origin of the holiday itself. Thanksgiving is a celebration of harvest, gratitude, and the bonds of friendship. The harvest part is the obvious association associated with the food that people use to eat during the colder months when it is harder to grow to grow crops. Gratitude as well, a celebration of gratitude for the harvest and friendship is just what it you know what it says. This is something that Black Americans can definitely connect with, since most cultures have harvest festivals similar to Thanksgiving. The differences is these harvest festivals are usually celebrated in July, which is the beginning of the rainy seasons, and in the quote unquote African troops. You understand? African tropics. My apologies. You know what I'm saying? So, like this, just giving a brief synopsis of what Thanksgiving is, giving a little history of Thanksgiving, and then now we're going to go to um, the real reason why Black people don't celebrate Thanksgiving. The real reason why Black people don't celebrate Thanksgiving is because they were never invited to the party. For the first 100 years, Thanksgiving was an event that was reserved for white people only. In fact, there were laws that prohibited Native Americans from even owning land, much less harvesting crops. Black people were also prohibited from owning land during this time period. You understand? We gotta realize, you understand, when we get into the dark history and the dark culture of this Thanksgiving, we gotta realize, man, that this was never meant for us, man. You understand? What was it? Excuse me. European. What was it? European settlers and um, explorers. You understand? When they first founded America, you understand that this was Native Indian land. You understand? And of course, you understand. You can go into the into the deep history of Thanksgiving, but just to make it short, you understand? European explorers and settlers, Christopher Columbus and his crew. You know what I'm saying? They came over here. They took the land. They took our harvest. They did all these abominable things. They gave us smallpox. You know, they took all of our protein. You understand? And they just unalived us, man. Unalive our Native Indian brothers and sisters and our child, man, and our kids. You understand? So we gotta realize, man, when it comes to this, it's so much more than to just have it just a quote unquote friendship or a quote unquote family gathering. So much more to it, man. We gotta realize, man, that it was never for us, man. Just like it says. It says for the first 100 years, Thanksgiving was an event that was reserved for white people only. You understand? This is something that had nothing to do with us, but it had a lot to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Because they stole our land and they unalived so many of us, man. Thanksgiving was a time reserved for celebrating the first harvest with family and friends for Native Americans and white people, but not black people. This wouldn't change until the 1920s when a black woman named Sarah Young created the National Negro Thanksgiving Festival. Her purpose was Her purpose for the festival was to create a celebration for black communities to come together and have a positive event to celebrate. You understand? Now this is a horrible thing that this sister did, man. Because if she would have known the history of our Thanksgiving, she probably would have side-eyed at that, that side-eyed at that thought. You understand? And this is where, like where the scripture comes in and it talks about that, we should not want to be like them. You understand? Yes, it was a horrible thing that they did to us, man. To our Native Indian brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a horrible thing what they're doing to us now. You know what I'm saying? Mainly with the 10 tribe brothers and sisters, man. It's a card, you know what I'm saying? Horrible thing, man, that they're doing to us, man. But when we want to join in on them and when we want to quote unquote unquote get jealous of them and try to, have our own thing, that's when it becomes an issue, man. Why? Because we're not reading the Bible and we're not reading history. You understand? It's a horrible thing that the sister did, man. I'm gonna read it again, once again, just so we can understand that, that that the thing that we're celebrating was never for us, man. It was by all of us, though, man. Thanksgiving was a time reserved for celebrating the first harvest with family and friends for Native Americans and white people, man, but not for black people, man. And and you see how they kind of, how they separated us, man. You understand? I was like, oh, like the Native, like the Native Americans can do it, but not the black people. Even though they slaughtered a lot of Native Indians, whole lots, millions of Native Indians, they can celebrate this day because it's for quote unquote harvest time. You understand? And this is how they whitewash it. And this is a black, like this is a black article. You understand? Um, let's see here. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I at? Um, one moment here. Get where I'm at. Okay. Where we at? Where we at? 1 second here for the first 100 years. Thanksgiving. The time reserved for celebrating the first harvest. Here we go, right here for Native Americans. Why this wouldn't change until the 1920s, when a black woman named Sarah Young created the National Negro Thanksgiving Festival. Her purpose for the festival was to create a celebration for black communities to come together and have a positive event, have a positive event to celebrate, man. You understand? Like, why does it have to be on that same day? You understand? Like, we can come together. Like I said all the time, we can come together any time of the year, man. Any time of the year, man. You understand? But that dark history of Thanksgiving, man, it's almost like I don't even like to talk about it, man, because it's just so horrible. It's so horrendous of what they done to us, man. And then this article, it just gets, more and more, wholesome of the, what black people should do, and how black communities should, should celebrate it. And we already know how that is because we're seeing it. You understand? What is it? The turkey, the dressing, stuffing, the greens, the ham. So the mac and cheese. The sweet potato pie, the pumpkin pies, the pecan pies, all the different type of cakes and brownies and cookies. You understand? And then you get in, then it's almost like you just it's almost like you forget about that. And then you go into the quote unquote Christmas season, Christmas holidays, man. You understand? Getting the Christmas trees, and it's like it was said that you start prepping for Christmas a little bit before, a little after Thanksgiving, man. You understand? These are abominable things that we are doing as a whole, man. Very, very abominable, man. It's almost like a spit in the face to the Most High, man. You understand? We have to know exactly what we're doing, man. We have to, observe these high holy days that we have, man. Truly have to observe them, man. 1 second here. Let me see. Um, where is that? Um, one moment here, so I can find it. Hmm. One moment here. I need to find one thing and we'll be good to go. Once again, of course, you understand with I should be K. Here we go, right here. Say that photo. We good. Boom. Got that. Got that. Got that. Got that. Let's get up out of there. Make sure I get back to this. Uh, all right, boom. So so yeah, where was I in the article? I'm not really gonna read too much of this article because it's just a very it's almost like it's brainwashing within itself, you know what I'm saying? And they just skipping. It's like they get into like a little of the history, but not all the history of Thanksgiving, man. Let's see here. Um, yeah, this is another article. You understand? And we got to realize, man, that like when it comes to Thanksgiving, you understand, and Christmas and New Year's as well too. You understand? Like, we really gotta be safe on those roads, man. Really gotta be safe on those roads, man. Because here's another article talking about talking about the roads. Let me see here. All right. I said this is coming from a law firm, man. JohnFoy.com. Pose a question: why Thanksgiving is one of the deadliest days for drivers? Once again, you understand it? This is now going into a little history, but it talks about, why it's one of the most deadliest days for drivers. Thanksgiving is one of the deadliest days of the year for drivers due to multiple factors related to the stark increase in the numbers of drivers on the road. This day sees more traffic, higher numbers of drunk drivers on the road, higher rates of driver fatigue, driver unfamiliar with the area, rushing to get to their destinations, and the potential of inclement weather. Just like I said earlier, so we rushing, so we getting on these fights, getting in these rental cars, you know what I'm saying? You got the inclement weather, you know what I'm saying, up north, you understand? You driving on these roads, you know what I'm saying? You're driving in unfamiliar areas that you may not know, you know what I'm saying? And we're driving under the influence. You understand? Truly driving under the influence, man. We have to be safe out here, man. We gotta be safe on these roads, man, day in and day out, man. Um, let's see here. This is in Atlanta. It says an Atlanta fatal car accident lawyer can provide more information about the potential hazards drivers face on Thanksgiving. If you have lost a loved one on a day of the year, you can also get professional help by, of course, filing for a wrongful death. That's a lawyer, promotion that he put in the article. Why is Thanksgiving one of the deadliest days for drivers? Multiple factors contribute to making Thanksgiving a deadly day for anyone on the road. We often see more fatal accidents on this holiday due to issues like heavier traffic. Says that lots of people travel on Thanksgiving to be with family and friends. Increased traffic can result in congestion, increasing the odds of an accident. Higher percentage of drunk drivers, which you read in the other article. The fact of the matter is that many people enjoy drinking a little while at Thanksgiving festivals. Some people overindulge and then get behind the wheel while impaired during driving under the influence, greatly increase the odds of an accident. Drivers operating a vehicle while fatigued. Thanksgiving festivals can start early in the day and stretch well into the night. Long hours and heavy food can work together to result in what? Drowsy driving. Tired drivers often have slower reaction times and may even fall asleep behind the wheel, resulting in what? You said more accidents, more unaliving, more innocent lives, deaths. You understand? And once again, this is although this is a lawyer article, you know what I'm saying? This is factual. You know why? Because he's seen a lot of wrongful deaths due to what? Drunk drivers. You understand? On this specific day. Driving on unfamiliar roads. Visiting distant relatives and friends often means driving on unfamiliar roads. Drivers who aren't sure where they are going may get distracted by their GPS or act erratical and if they miss a turn. You understand? If you're acting erratical, you understand? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody driving, you understand? Somebody, looking on the GPS, looking on their phone, looking at their screen, whatever the case may be, and they make a wrong turn. Guess what, man? You may just be in that other on the other end, getting into an accident with them. Huh? You know what I'm saying? And these are, like these are facts. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not just, not just coming up with these numbers. These are actual facts. Another reason is what? Poor weather. The late fall months can bring what? Unpredictable weather along with them. While we don't usually get heavier snows, the roads may freeze on cold nights, and drivers may face issues with heavy fog. All of these factors contribute to why Thanksgiving is one of the deadliest days for drivers, man. It's crazy, man. We just got to estimate what was it like in the 4 or 5 hundreds just from driving, just by being on the road. You understand? Highly, highly encouraged, brothers. You're not gonna be on that road within this week and in this weekend, man. Don't do it, man. You understand? If you gotta do some shopping, hey man, do it online. Man. You know what I'm saying? I know we all gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that. That abominable, turkey on a Thursday. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Make you a burger. You know what I'm saying? I think a couple of years ago, shoot, I had made me a beef bologna sandwich, man. Had the ultimate struggle meal. You understand? The ultimate struggle meal. Nothing wrong with it though. You understand? No, I did not indulge with no family members. You understand? I did not, have drinks or anything of that nature. I did not do any of that. Yeah, man. So all in all, man, you know what I'm saying? Be safe out here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you reaching out to your camp leader. Make sure you're reaching out to brothers and sisters, man, and make sure that everything is good with them. You understand? And just don't do it, man. Just don't do anything. Um, just don't do anything that can harm yourself in like within this week, man. Just don't do it. It's not even worth it. All right, so let's see. Proverbs. Let's go back to the book of Jeremiah. Let's go back to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2. So, yeah, Jeremiah 2. Let's see here. Let's see. So I see if I want to go up a little bit or should we start down? Let's what content. Let's get start at verse 29. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 29. Wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye all have transgressed against me, saith the Lord. In vain I have smited your children, they receive no correction. Your own sword have devoured your prophets like a destroyed lion. So we're having right here. O generation, see ye the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, where are lords? We will come no more unto thee. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. I realize, man, that the Most High is not playing, man. You know what I'm saying? We cannot forget him, man. You know why? Because there'll be a time, man, where the Most High may just turn our back on us, man. You understand? And, send hurricanes and send, tsunamis and, send these different type of plagues. You understand? And famine. We're experiencing right now, aren't we? Truly, truly experiencing it right now. You understand? Don't take these signs of, of the Most High lightly. It's right in front of our faces, man. Truly, truly right in front of our faces, man. We're looking at the Most High right in front of our faces, man. When it comes to these hurricanes, when it comes to these, these tsunamis, you understand? He's part of it, or guess what? He allowed it. You understand? For the better to wake up, to wake up his people, man. And that's all we want here in IHBK, man. It's for God shows the people to truly, truly wake up and truly, truly be about his business, man, and get it done, man. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Love your brother, love your sister, man. Do these things, man. It's simple. Very, very simple, man. You understand? Um, let's see here. Where was I? Where was I at? Verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways? Ain't that something? Why trimmest thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways? You understand? Haven't we taught all of our, all of our oppressors, all of the wicked ones, how to be us? Don't they want to steal our ways? Haven't they stolen our ways? And we and remixed our ways of how we should be acting? You understand? We turned our back on the most high, you know what I'm saying, and given our lifestyle to the so-called Jewish man and allow it. You understand? Of course, not here in the Irish Mechanic Manager and Hana. You understand? We know that they are a piece of crap. Because you know why? Because the Bible supports that. You understand? In the book of Revelations, man. We have to, as a people, we have to stop supporting white society when they want to be like us, when they want to act like us. You understand? We have to stop doing that, man. You understand? Also in thy skirts is found the blood of the souls and the poor in of the poor innocent. I have not found it by secret search, but upon all these. 35. Yet thou sayest, because I am innocent, surely his anger shall turn from me. Behold, I will plead with them, because thou said, I have not sinned. Verse 36. Why gaddest thou about so much to change thy way? Thou also shalt be ashamed of Egypt, as thou was ashamed of Assyria. You understand? We read that in the old. We read that, within the further scriptures that we were reading. Yea, thou goest forth from him, and thy hands upon thy head, for the Lord have rejected thy confidence, and thou shalt not prosper in them. You understand? We gotta realize it gotta be a point where you know we feel bad for disappointing the Most High, man. That we feel ashamed for disappointing the Most High, man. And want to do what? And we want to change our ways. And we want to strive to what? To that perfection, man. It has to get a point of that, man. We're like, you know what? I'll just keep on failing, keep on failing, keep on failing to a point where you just stop. And you say, you know what? I'm not about to fail no more. I'm about to stop eating pork and crab lunch. You know what? This Thanksgiving, I'm not going to be with my family. I'm not going to call my family. I'm not going to text my family. You understand? I'm not going to do those things. Why? Because that's not what the Most High wants you to do, man. Do you love your family? Absolutely, man. Love them. Sometimes you gotta love a lot of family members from afar. That's why you gotta get the counsel, man. That's why you gotta get take the advice from the priests and prophets of the Lord, man. that is going through the same thing that you went through when it comes around this holiday time, man. Family members want to see you, you know what I'm saying? They want to have a drink, they want to, they want to hug you, they want to be around you, they want to talk to you. You understand? Come January 2nd, they don't even know who you are. You understand? Come January 2nd, they don't even know who you are. You understand? From this day all the way up to January 1st, it's like everything is just so much about family, about drinking, having a good time, doing all these great things. Become January 2nd. Oh, okay, I'll see y'all next year. And so you got all these days throughout the year, man. And it just has to be from today all the way up to January 1st, 2nd, whatever the case may be, where you spend the most time with your family, man. And this one, it's a point where now it's like these jobs is like, man, okay, well, I got to have them some time off. You understand? And we got to grit and grind, man, to get, time off for the Passover. You know what I'm saying? Brother lose their slaveries over Passover, man. Why? Because that's what we care about, man. You understand? Hell, shit. I told my boss, you know what? If you need me to work on these days, man, listen, I'm available. Somebody call me. I'll take that OT. You understand? I'll take that extra time for that Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, whatever case may be. I'll take that time. Give me all that. I'll run, I'll run that OT up on those days. But when it comes to Passover, when it comes to these high holidays, guess what? Not call me. I'm gonna I'm gonna do everything right, and I encourage brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? We already got the dates for our Passover. Let's go ahead and put that time in now, man. Put that time in now. Plan accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're doing everything about like by the book when it comes to your slavery and jobs, whatever the case may be. You understand? Do it, man. You understand? Realize, man, that we are one, man. Black Latinos and Native Indians, man. From Judah all the way down to Issachar, man. We are truly, truly one, man. Truly, God shows the people as well, too, man. All right. All right. Let's make a couple more scriptures. Let's go to Psalm. We go back to Psalm. We go to 55. Go to Psalm 55. Had a few more scriptures. I may not be able to get to them today. Psalm 55, verse 3. Mm-hmm. Psalm 50, no, 51. Not 55, 51. All right. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 51, and verse 3. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sins is ever before me. Verse 4. Against thee, the only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear with thy judges. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother did my mother conceive me. Verse 6. Behold, thou desire truth in the inward parts, and in hidden parts thou shalt make me to know wisdom. So right here. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be wither whiter than snow. You understand? We gotta realize, man, that within this holiday season, you know what I'm saying, we gotta make sure that we're allowing the Most High to purge out of all of our unrighteousness, man. You know what I'm saying? All those unrighteous thoughts that we may have, or they may come back up to want to be around your family, to want to do these things, man. I'd be like, you know what? I'll come back next week, or I'll come back July 2nd. How about that? You understand? I'll come back July 2nd to see how you're doing. But from here to then, I love you. You understand? But I might have to love you from afar, man. You understand? We get this time off, man. You understand? Hey, man. Find something to do with the brothers and sisters, man. You understand? Go get a burger. You know what I'm saying? Go, go grill out. You say I know it's cold and it's snowing in some in some parts of the U.S. You understand? But hey, man, you know, have a good drink. You understand? Chill out. You understand? Like reminisce on the good days and prepare yourself, man, for the Passover, man. Do these things, man. Do it day in and day out, man. Let's believe, man, that the Most High will truly, truly see that, man, because you're seeing it right here in the ISUPK, man. I'm seeing it right here in the ISUPK, man. Never fails, man. Every single day, man. I find some man that make me fall in love with this truth every single day, man. It's like the reasons it just keep on going over and over again, man. Finding the reason to fall in love with this truth, man. And you only gotta look that hard, man. You do not have to look that hard to find a reason to fall in love with this truth every single day, every time you wake up. Because the truth remains the truth, man, and a lie is going to have to continue to lie and continue to be deceived and perceived and all those abominable things, man. Let's just stand firm in this truth, man, and give a damn about God's chosen people, man, and give a damn about yourself, man. You understand? Now I'm in the class. All right. We got here ISBK security announcements. We got an ISBK star at the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Times, which is a commandment. Read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you gets to the church department and teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. We got, let's see here. Yes. Yes. Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, the 25th day of the ninth month by the space of 8 days. Thursday, December 3rd, 2026. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is this the right one? No, it's not the right one. One second. One moment. One moment here. My apologies. I have the updated one. Where's the one? Give me 1 second. Y'all should like about that. So let's get here right here. Gotta be it. Yep, here we go right here. My apologies. Give me 1 second here. Feast of Dedication of Hanukkah, 25th day of the ninth month by space of 8 days. It's going to be on the 14th of December for 8 days. You're going to read about this in the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Remind Akim Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, shalom.